Welcome back to CinemaQuotes, where we go beyond the surface and delve into the profound life teachings from iconic characters in the movies we love. Today, we switch from the boxing ring to the world of crime and deception as we look at the lessons and mysterious persona of Keyser Soze, the elusive criminal mastermind from the 1995 thriller, The Usual Suspects. Let's begin with a quote that encapsulates the enigmatic essence of Keyser Soze. The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist. Soze delivers a masterclass in the art of deception and power dynamics. By remaining invisible and controlling the narrative, he makes himself invincible. This quote teaches us the power of subtlety and strategic manipulation, not only in crime, but also in the games of life and business. Next, let's consider, how do you shoot the devil in the back? What if you miss? Soze challenges the notions of morality, strategy, and risk with this hauntingly direct inquiry. The lesson here is caution. When dealing with powerful entities, be it in personal relationships or professional endeavors, never underestimate your opponent. The stakes are high, and a single misstep can lead to a devastating downfall. Expanding on his ominous advice, Soze also says, "People say, I talk too much." This is more than a simple statement. It's a tactical admission that turns a perceived weakness into a strength. Sometimes, the openness to admit one's shortcomings can be disarming and manipulative in a deeply intricate way, fostering a false sense of security among foes or competitors. Keyser Soze presents us with another fascinating concept when he mentions, a man can convince anyone he's somebody else, but never himself. This introspective statement teaches us that, while deception, power play, and manipulation might win the battle, they cannot change the essence of who we are. In the end, we must confront our true selves, no matter the masks we wear. Switching gears a bit, let's look at his philosophy of retribution as he recounts a tale from his past. Then he showed these men of will what will really was. This gut-wrenching narrative outlines the brutal and decisive action Soze took to assert his dominance. The lesson here is about the lengths one may have to go to establish control and instill fear, although it's delivered in a morally complex and unsettling context. In another instance, he states, "Keaton always said, 'I don't believe in God, but I'm afraid of him.' Well, I do believe in God, and the only thing that scares me is Keyser Soze." This self-reflective remark reveals how one's belief system can impact their actions and decisions. It's a convoluted way of stating that faith and fear, or the lack thereof, can shape our character and choices, steering our life in specific directions. Pondering on the human condition, Soze says, "The Kobayashi Maru isn't real, it's a computer simulation, but it's a test that reveals the true nature of the person taking it." By referring to a concept from Star Trek, he suggests that challenges in life's tests are windows into our true selves. It's not about the winning or losing, it's about what our actions during those tests say about us. Soze's aloofness is illustrated when he declares, "Who is Keyser Soze? He's supposed to be Turkish. Some say his father was German. Nobody ever believed he was real." This plays into his constructed mystique, reinforcing the lesson that sometimes mystery adds power. The less people know about you, the more they fill in the gaps with their imagination, often enhancing your perceived strength and influence. In a rare moment of vulnerability, Keyser Soze confides, "Everyone's looking for me, but no one really wants to find me." This ambiguous declaration reinforces the theme of anonymity as power. While being the subject of people's fascination, Soze enjoys the ironic safety that his own legend affords him. It teaches us that sometimes the allure of the enigma can be more powerful than the revelation of truth. On the topic of control, Soze asserts, "The strings I pull now will vibrate for a lifetime." He illustrates that strategic decisions, especially those made by people of influence, can have long-lasting consequences. The lesson here is that foresight and long-term thinking are crucial, both in the criminal underworld and life in general. Addressing the psychology of fear, Soze notes, "You don't need to be a ghost to haunt someone." Here, he hints at the lingering effects of fear and the psychological footprint that an individual can leave on another. The lesson is that sometimes it's not the visible acts, but the emotional and psychological impact that can be the most long-lasting and devastating. Speaking about decision-making, Soze warns, choices are an illusion when the outcomes are already written. This speaks to the idea of determinism and the role of free will in our lives. Even as we think we're making choices, those choices are guided by factors we may not even be aware of, a realization that can have us questioning the very essence of free will. Finally, in a twisted take on mentorship, Soze comments, "A wise man learns more from his enemies than a fool from his friends." In saying this, Soze emphasizes the value of understanding those who oppose you, as they can often provide insights that friends and allies overlook. The lesson here is to remain observant and learn from all interactions, not just the pleasant ones. In a calculating assessment of human nature, Soze says, "Never trust a man who tells you all his secrets. He either has none worth keeping or is setting a trap." This pithy remark underscores the craftiness of human interaction and lays bare the fallacy of complete transparency. The lesson here is to be discerning when it comes to openness, whether it's coming from you or directed towards you. Expanding on his understanding of human motivations, Soze remarks, "People like to think they want freedom, but what they really crave is order." This challenges popular notions about the primacy of freedom, suggesting that, deep down, people want the structure that allows for predictability and, ironically, a sense of control. The lesson here is that there can be power in providing or controlling that sense of order. On the theme of invincibility, Soze says, "The only bullet that can kill me is the one I allow to hit me." This adds another layer to his complex character, painting him as someone who believes he controls not just the situations around him, but also the potential hazards that come his way. The lesson is in the incredible power of self-belief and the control one can exert over their own fate, even when faced with existential threats. To round things off, he challenges us with, "How do you do it? How do you shoot the devil in the back? A pat on the back and a Bulova watch just don't seem enough." This leaves you pondering the intricacies of gratitude, recognition, and reward. What do you offer someone who has everything, or in this case, someone so powerfully enigmatic? It challenges our notions of what's deemed valuable or sufficient in various contexts. Keyser Soze, with his cunning, mystery, and ruthlessness, offers us complex lessons on the dynamics of power, deception, morality, and the human psyche. While his methods may be grim and his morality questionable, the intricate web of his persona serves as a perplexing study of the complexities of human behavior and strategy. I hope you found this deep dive into Keyser Soze as intriguing and enlightening as I have. If this content resonates with you, don't forget to subscribe to CinemaQuotes. Your likes, shares, and subscriptions keep the reel rolling and allow us to bring you more cinematic wisdom. Until next time, stay intrigued, question everything, and remember, the greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist.